Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading, in particular, mystery reading number 826. My name is Elizabeth. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not yet subscribed, so if you are a reoccurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and would like to help support the growth of my channel, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do decide to stick around and support me, welcome and thank you very much. So I got distracted a little bit while saying all of that stuff because the word unicorn came through. That could be a very specific sign for somebody, but symbolically it seems like it represents something unique or someone unique, someone or something that is hard to come by, one of a kind, far and few in between. This could be yourself, it could be another person or something else outside of yourself. There's something unique about you, unique about a person, or unique about a situation. Only take what resonates. Getting into interpreting number 826. The number 8 is about letting go, moving forward. It also seems to be about strength sometimes because of the number 8, knowing when to be firm and when to be compassionate with yourself, with other people, with situations, knowing when to draw a firmer boundary or to be more patient, when to be passive, when to be assertive. And I feel like, letting go, that can definitely be either a more passive or more assertive stance or take, depending on the situation. So use your discernment on what that means for you. The number 2 is about balance and priorities and decisions. Recently the word harmony came through, which I think is interesting because it's reminding me about how that word unicorn came through. Maybe there's a situation or someone here, maybe yourself, who is uniquely able to create harmony. Like maybe the situation that you're in likely isn't to create harmony, but somehow you can make it happen. And that's just one example. The number 2 can also be about justice, because the number 11 is on the justice card and this one is 2. Someone here may feel called to bring justice to themselves through finding closure or standing up for themselves more, being there for themselves more, and allowing the universe to serve justice externally in your life, one way or another. And it could be many different ways for somebody. The number 6 is about unconditional love, primarily for yourself, because it will naturally flow through as unconditional love for others. And I'm being reminded of unconditional acceptance. That's not the same thing. There could be qualities about yourself that you might excuse, so that way you can excuse those same qualities in other people. I feel like there could be something here that you might not be holding yourself accountable about, and so you don't see why others should be held accountable. Or it could be the other way around. Someone else could be not holding someone or some situation accountable because it reflects a part of themselves that they don't want to address, which would make boundaries more important. Adding up these numbers, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 6, 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. And the number 7 is about wisdom and awareness, expanding your consciousness and gaining a deeper understanding. It definitely feels like reflection could be important here. Maybe you need to spend more time reflecting, or you need to give someone more space, more distance to reflect for themselves. It definitely feels like at least you have something deeper to learn here, deeper wisdom to gain or obtain. And that could rub off on somebody else. Your boundaries, your words might be more powerful than some part of you wants to trust or believe, but use your discernment. Remember that setting boundaries is not about control. It's about protecting yourself. Or maybe someone else needs that reminder that boundaries is about protecting themselves and not controlling a situation. I feel like the word coercion feels significant here. Maybe particularly emotionally or in some other way. It feels like there's someone here that's manipulative that needs to be held accountable, whether it's you or someone else. Regardless, communicating with yourself, setting boundaries with yourself is important. Being clear with yourself about how you feel and what you think and what you're not willing to accept. And aligning those thoughts and feelings and beliefs with your actions. Being authentic to who you are. And maybe even what you deserve. I'm going to start wrapping up this reading by drawing out 1 or 2 cards from these index cards. However many I pull depends on how many I feel pulled to call. Let's see what comes through, to see what else there is, and how it might relate to the number 826. I feel like the next reading could be significant for someone, 827. Wow. What's the real you? Right after I was just talking about authenticity and being honest with yourself, I just got a vision of a card that came through in the last reading, 825, that said, honesty, respect, and compassion. Be honest about how you feel, but do it compassionately, respectfully. In that reading, I was talking about how you can be assertive without being aggressive, or harsh, or abusive. And I feel like that could apply here too, if you don't feel called to watch that reading before. But this card is definitely confirmation for you to speak or move in a way that is authentic to what you really think, how you really feel, and what you truly believe. The next card is, I really need to focus on my personal growth. This feels like it confirms what I was talking about with the number 7. And I just burped, which if you've been around, you know that that is a sign to release. Yeah. That's whatever you're being called to do that is supposed to align with who you truly are on the inside. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it's meant to help you grow and to help you learn. It's meant to teach you something and to help you expand, to be more, to have more. So, if you feel called to be more honest, this is your confirmation, and I feel like it could serve you in more ways than just protecting yourself. But it might take some time to really see the full picture if you don't see it already.